And now, our favorite part of the show, the choices of the voices.
Yep.
All right, and we're back here at SportsBros Podcast. Once again, thank you to the wonderful and
ever so lovely Miss Button for giving me chicky wings, and
introducing our favorite portion of the show, the choices of the voices. Might have to make a trip to Oscars when I go down in a few weeks to go see Miss Button.
Might.
Will. It's mandatory, all right?
It's mandatory to go to the Oscars. I promise you that.
Yep, finna go eat some good old chicken. All right, Scottie D, what's on tap for this week's choices of the voices?
All right, we were in the we actually were talking NFL last week about Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. And the Steelers have shaken things up since that, as a matter of fact, and Aaron Rodgers has opened his mouth since that. But anyway, the question was,
he opened his mouth since that.
He did. He said, this is probably going to be my last season. It was like the day after we posted this question. I said, this will probably be my last season. So he opened his mouth like he always does. And the Steelers made some trades and all that. And so the question that applies, the blanket statement over all this is, in the 2025 NFL season, Rodgers will make the Pittsburgh Steelers a blank team, and you have the opportunity to fill in the blank. What did the people say? Some were having difficulty with the instructions, but that's not uncommon.
I got you. Happy belated birthday to TB Tony Bogan. He says the Steelers they're going to be 9-8 because the standard has been, and always will be.
Standard is a standard, Mike Tomlin.
Yep. Our Hall of Famer Uncle Max, how you doing, my man? He says 7-9, and he won't even play the entire season.
And there is very strong possibility he's correct.
Well, I might have this one over on the betting on that one. All right, Eric Tarpley, he says, mediocre team wasn't happy when they spent money on them. The defense will have to carry the team again. Rodgers better spent the year. He's best spent the year being a mentor to Will Howard. He said, we will struggle to win 9 games. He is playing for a paycheck. This may turn into the rookie coming off the bench and finishing the season. Just got him in my dynasty league, too. All right. Carrie Havron, she says, I think he's getting a participation trophy this year. The most expensive bench warmer. Does that work better? Carrie, you might be right either way. All right. Tristan Vitarelli. Didn't Tristan used to have a birthday too?
Yes. I want to say, was it last week?
Yep.
Yeah, he's old. He's decrepit.
Oh boy. And he said it'll be an under 500 team. Yep. Best name of the game, JoJo Comfort says 7-11. Damn. Their D will keep them in a lot of games. No, be like, let me try that again. 7-11. Yeah. Their D will keep them in a lot of games, but I have a feeling their offense will struggle. Their success is going to hinge on the offensive line's performance, and I'm not convinced their group is solid enough. Matty Ice Martin Tracy says train wreck. And they'll probably get the coach fired as they go 7-10. And Patrick Quinn says 9-8. It ain't looking good if you're a Steelers fan, according to our voices here. Shout out to Tony, Uncle Max, Eric, Carrie Havron, Tristan, JoJo Comfort, Matty Ice, and Patrick Quinn for their participation in this week's Choices of the Voices. Scottie D, what is he going to do? You know what? Because you got a pulse right there in the city. What say you?
Rodgers will make the Pittsburgh Steelers a 9-8 non-playoff team.
Ugh.
I think they will be just good enough to win 9 games. And Rodgers may not play all 17. I could very well see him being injured and sitting a few games out. I think there's a good chance that they will go to 9-8, but I don't think that's going to be enough to get them in the postseason. They're going to be the 3rd best team in their own division, I think. I think they finished behind the Ravens and Bengals. And I like that AFC West this year. I think Harbaugh in his second year finds a way to get the Chargers into the playoffs. I think the Broncos are very close to being a playoff team. Yeah, Dolphins still have a chance to be I think the Steelers are going to have a hard time getting in the playoffs this year. And I don't think they're going to be much different than 9-8. I could see them being 8-9 or 7-10. They will not be 7-11. I know that. They will not be 7-11. I can guarantee that. But they could be a 7-10 team. 8, 9, 9, 8. But I think they're going to miss the playoffs this year.
Be Live, what say you?
This is wonderful for me to be on this program to say this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go 11-6. They're going to make the playoffs and lose in the first round again.
Oh man.
Here's the thing. I want y'all to take. I want you to take this from my perspective.
Okay.
They went 10-7 with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Don't you think they might have slightly improved at the quarterback position? Because we like to talk trash about Aaron Rodgers, but he didn't have a bad season with the Jets. The Jets are just a terrible team. He's not a miracle worker.
He didn't elevate him either, though.
Well, the thing about it, here's the thing.
He had some good weapons on offense, and he didn't elevate.
His numbers were decent, but I think there's so many different follies when it comes to the Jets. I think for Aaron Rodgers, you got a better coach in Tomlin. I think you've got defense wise, I think Jets may have a little bit better defense, but I don't know. Let's compare. Who would you rather have on your team, Garrett Wilson or DK Metcalf?
Give him. I don't want none of them.
I don't know, man. Garrett Wilson's really good.
Yeah, I'll take Garrett Wilson. I'll take Garrett Wilson.
But DK Metcalf is still that dude.
He's good, yeah.
So just think of it this way: you switch out. Okay, Pittsburgh.
But who's Steelers' second receiver?
They
really don't have one.
Who was their second receiver last year?
The Jets, Devontae.
No. I'm talking about the Steelers.
They didn't really have one.
Exactly.
They had Pickens.
Was it Calvin Austin?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like they went 10-7 with that squad. You don't think that Aaron Rodgers elevates them slightly?
No.
You don't. I think you're being biased.
You know what Scottie D? I mean, you know what?
I hate the Steelers and I hate Aaron Rodgers. I'm happy that I can bundle that all together. But if I was being biased, I'd have him at 0-17.
My man,
I gave him 9 wins.
And what about the Cowboys, Scotty? What would you have the Cowboys, Scotty D?
Nobody cares about the Cowboys. Talking about that.
17-0.
Stop it.
They might win 5 games this year.
My man Tristan is on YouTube Live. He mentioned Roman Wilson. I think was their wide receiver
question
too.
Mark. He's a question mark though. He has yet to really show what he's made. He could be great. I mean,
the thing about this, the reason why I say that is that because we've made a lot of biased statements about Aaron Rodgers because ayahuasca and all the different things that Aaron Rodgers, he's a whack job without question. He's a whack job.
Yeah,
but I'm sort of like no, that I may want him over Russell Wilson. I think he can perform better than Russell Wilson. I don't know. Is it an age thing at this point in time?
Does he throw a moon ball?
But that's all like.
That's all they talked about last year. Russell Wilson throws the moon ball.
I could see the Steelers going 11. I think they wouldn't
be shocking. I think 11's high.
10 was high last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
10 was the super ceiling.
I honestly think that they're making a lot of moves. Hey, Jalen Ramsey, welcome to. But I mean, they lost Minka
and Jonnu Smith. They got Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, that's what they lost Minka Fitzpatrick, which I'm like, okay, that makes whatever. Do y'all?
Yeah.
But I feel like the Steelers are trying to put something together for this one last hurrah for Aaron Rodgers. And I think they're still going to come up short, but I think they're making the necessary moves to stay where they're at. They may think in their mind that they're improving, but I think they'll stay right. I give them one win more, but they're going to disappoint their fans again and lose in the first round again. Because I don't see anybody still matching up with the Chiefs. I actually think the Chargers might get better next year. The Ravens, I think, are still right there in the mix of all of it. The Bills, I think, are going to improve because they're going to put weapons around Josh Allen, because Josh Allen didn't have weapons and they went 13-4. You give him a weapon, good Lord, what their ceiling could be.
Oh.
The Steelers are right there in the mix. I think the Bengals have to get better, even though they have no defense.
They have no the Bengals right now, they have no choice. They have no choice. You're what, 3.5 years removed from a Super Bowl appearance, and you've kind of just like went to the playoffs, barely made it. It's like this: if you start off slow this year, fire the damn coach, because no, you can't continue this. But anyways,
and Eddie Kool, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your Browns. It's gonna be a lot, and it's really not. I don't say your Browns, but I say you're in the city.
Yeah,
see, it's like. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Browns aren't getting any better. The Bengals have no defense. What would keep the Steelers from thriving, or at least doing the same thing they just did?
Injury.
That's about that.
Injury.
I see no reason why they wouldn't do the same thing that they just did. And I will laugh my ass off, because they're not going to go anywhere. So it's like, Aaron Rodgers is going to get there. There's going to be a whole bunch of hoopla, and the media's going to try to make a big deal out of it, and they're going to be mediocre.
Yeah. I'm saying 9-8. They finish just above 500. 9-8. It's going to be a long season. They're probably going to lose a lot of close games. Aaron Rodgers might powder time or two, and Mike Tomlin might say the standard is a standard. He might say we do not care, but he should care a great deal. So I think they're going to go 9-8. Scottie D, with that being said, what's on Tickety Tap for next week?
Taking a little inspiration from the ESPN quarter century deal we did earlier, we're going to ask you to name the 5 best athletes of the past 25 years. It's actually 26 years, I guess, if you go from the year 2000 to 20. We're halfway through 2025. We're doing it anyway. We're going to do that. We're going to do that anyway. Give us your 5 best athletes of the past 25 years, and the 3 of us will
all
be giving,
sports.
All sports. And the 3 of us will be giving 10. But our choices of the voice will be 5. We'll expand, and us 3 will play a little extra and do 10, because it is the dog days of summer and we don't have a whole lot of other stuff to talk about. So that'll give us all something to talk about next week there. Eddie Kool and B-Liv.
Next thing you know, we'll be asking you what's your favorite deli sandwich. But with that being said, that does it for another edition of Choice of the Voices.
See, hold on. Before you continue with that, the fact that when we said that the one time we did a non-sports question, we got the most responses. Like when we featured cereal, and we got the most responses. I'm like, we are a sports podcast.
I think we did cartoon characters last year or something too, didn't we? I think we got a pretty good response on that one too. Maybe I'll come up with something like that over the next couple.
Give them something for the dog days of summer when ain't much else to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna let you. I think we got like 30 answers. Like, be like, I gotta read all this. It's gonna be the whole episode. With that being said,
hey, what else are we gonna talk about?
You're right about that.
Hey, it's Eddy Kool here from the SportsBros podcast. Thank you for listening, and as always, continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Just click the link in the description box and keep up with the SportsBros podcast. And once again, thanks for listening.